guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and I'm in with Rashi. She have made disasters of those nails because she have touched them with the file because they was too long. So obviously those nails are about 6 weeks old because we needed to push, and Rashi did file the French a little bit, but you can see it all looks pretty intact, and I show you how to achieve those kind of results and how to make them last long. We have used the milk keeping fiber gel, of course, on her nails. That's why they're lasting so well. So I did sanitize her hands, and now I'm just gonna push back the cuticles. So nice and gentle push in and out, like making sure you do not hurt your client. And we need to prep them for a really colorful design for a change. So we have decided finally with Rashi, because she's a terrible one to decide. No, she's a lot. Yeah, she knows what she likes. So it's always gonna take me a decent amount of the time to decide with Rashi what we're going for. And then she changed her minds 10 times. No, but not this time. We are gonna go for a nice and rainbow set. So first of all, I need to remove an old design, which is a French manicure. And if the product is intact, you are just gonna keep it on the nail. There is no need of removing the product which is intact. I will be searching for any lifting, which might happen. Obviously, those nails have been on for quite a long time, but that's not the longest time Rashi had her nails on. Her record was when you was away to your country. That was 12 weeks, 3 months. Yes. She had her nails 3 months, and
they were still there.
They were still there. I couldn't believe it, obviously. So it just shows you, if the client take care of their nails. Do you take care of your nails?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
My cuticle oil is finishing again, so I do.
Okay, perfect. So Rashi takes care of her nails, and that's helped her last the entire 3 months. But also very important is a prep of the nails as well, and the right products and the way you do them. So this one has lifted a little bit here, and I have to make sure you can see it, this lifting here. So you have to make sure always you do remove that. Get rid of that. Because Rashi works with her hands quite a lot. This one has stain as well, but I show you, I will go so slightly gentle. Can you see the stain is usually happening on the top coat, and once we buff the top coat, the white showing quite nice and white again. So Rashi works quite a lot with her hands, and I usually don't let their nails to be too long at the day of the appointment. So I will show you how I'm rebalancing them and how I'm lifting up the shape. But she made actually quite a good job of filing them from underneath, and she's like, yes, yes, you did. I must admit you did quite a nice job of filing them, because you didn't file straight like holding the file, you file it from underneath, which means that the French is still there. So well done for listening the advice. I am very proud of you. Honestly, you made quite nice job on filing them. But I think it's also, as I say on the beginning of this video, Rashi is one of those clients which knows what she likes and what she wants. I actually really enjoy doing her nails. She's a fussy client. She will be a fussy client which really go and look at the nails from every single angle. And but I am the same, and I am happy I can satisfy my client. Yay! Okay, the next step is stop sugaring.
Stop sugaring.
Stop sugaring. Take a cuticle bead, and then we are gonna just e-file one side first. And I actually missed recording on Rashi. Oh no.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's my fault. I'm kind of continuing, but I need some me time with the client as well. So that's why, guys, you get to see maybe one hand, and then I do the other one with the client, so we can go nuts.
Maybe change it again.
And maybe no, don't you. So I am just trimming the cuticles, just a tiny bit. because Rashi is taking care of her cuticles. Because we will do stage 2 after I finish filing. And then with the 180 by 100 grit, we are gonna reshape those nails. You have to watch it because those file is crazy sharp. So I'm filing a little bit from underneath. And because the shape is not too bad, I'm really just touching so lightly, so gentle. Blend the product with the natural nail and then give it a couple scratches to it to blend it. This way the nail is ready for a product application. Okay, touch up, remove a tiny bit of the lifting which we've gotten here. Reshape the free edge. And just the same. So here I swap for 100 grit because I can remove a little bit more product because that nail was lifting, so tiny bit more. Remove the dust just to check what is going on. And then just blend it. This one you can see it is a bit squint and it needs to be filed from underneath as well. And then blend it. I can't believe how actually well they lasted you again. And then do the same on the thumb. So on the thumb I've got some stain in here and you need to be very suspicious because this is probably a lifting. Make sure you get rid of that. So again I'm using 100 grit and yes, it was a lifting. So you can easily see it how quickly it jumped out. Look also how strongly I pull my client's nail folds down, like they are completely protected, so I can really get in there with the file without hurting my clients. This speeds up your work so much, guys, like so much. I honestly miss it recording on you so much.
I know. What been months since we recorded?
Yeah, I know.
Been busy.
Busy, too busy sometimes. And then final inspection. So after I do remove the lifting, during the filing, sometimes the things can lift off again. So I'm re-inspecting 180 grit again and do gentle touches. Searching for any shiny places. You don't want shine on the nail plate, but at the same time you don't want to overfile it. So I find it by doing it twice, I'm actually not risking overfiling it because I will just file whatever is needed and then do a small and gentle touches. Okay, next step is to grab a blue scrub and dehydrate the nail plate. So nice, squeaky clean, making sure everything is good. Wait for it a couple seconds to dry. An extra nail prep, so this will dehydrate further. Wait for it to dry and then universal air bond. You want to apply it on top of the natural nail and on the places like where we had to remove it from free edge, you want to apply it as well because it's a natural nail. Milky pink gel. Again, thank you so much, guys, for all the reviews about the gel. Like, I am so happy to hear it, that it works magic for you as well, and it's so easy to file. Now, I'm just applying very thin layer through the entire set. So this is my slip layer, capping the free edge as well. You know, guys, for those of you who are watching me constantly, the end results are so different to what you see now. Because I do tidy up the nail fold after we finish all the filing. I find it is just much better and safer for the clients. I'm not risking to putting them on overexposure to the products as well. Small scoop of the product, and I'm just building up my apex. Beautiful. Keep watching on the temperatures because it's very warm. Like really warm today, so I might not be able to do all 5, and I don't want to risk that. I am happy with that. Let's cure it. Okay, and then once they freeze, we can do another layer, but I'm still starting with my slip layer, guys. So nice and thin layer, nice and thin layer. And I should be able to do 3 now, because the temperatures has, I know it was just seconds, but it did cool it a little bit. And Rashi's hands, I can feel it, are a little bit colder as well. So here I've got just very little product missing, and I've got huge bulk at the free edge. Like lots of product in there. So what I'm doing is I'm brushing away the excess of this product. You don't want too much on your apex, especially when it comes to the natural nail. They will look really, it will actually cause the lifting and them not lasting this long. If you've got too heavy product, too thick product, it will make your nails last shorter time. That's why also the nails on Rashi last so long and nice time, because we've got the right thickness of the product. Not too thick, not too thin, just spot on. And I should be able to pull the thumb. So look what I'm doing with her hand. These nails are still pretty straight, because Rashi is one of those clients where you can bend her hands in any direction. Again, brush away the excess from the places I don't need the product. Cook it. So every nail is different. The product is applied differently on every nail. Okay, once they cure, I show you how to file. Okay, that's them ready, so I can show you how to file it. We remove the inhibition layer. Nice. Clean it properly, and I bin that wipe because it was already contaminated quite a lot with the product. Also, look how I'm removing the inhibition layer. I think this is pretty important. I'm not going all over the place. I am brushing it away down the way, so I do not bring the inhibition layer into my client's nail folds. And if my wipe is really contaminated, so I will do maybe 2 wipes, then turn it into a clean and wipe it away. Okay, so don't go all over the places. You want to kind of brush it away like this. Because otherwise, what a point of not touching the client's skin if you just like going all over with the inhibition layer, on the nail folds. Now, filing, it doesn't matter what shape it is, and I keep repeating it, straight. Do those filing lines, like indicate yourself, so it looks nice and straight. And then we are just gonna reshape the free edge, nice and gentle, because you want to really know what you're doing. Blend around the cuticle area, make sure it's nice, thin out the free edge. And I think this is already not too bad, so we can leave it. If it's necessary, you can always go back with the file, but I like to do a little at the time. So indicate, here I need to watch because her natural smile line is at the angle. So if you file the smile line, your file can go automatically higher up in here than it can go in there. So you have to kind of almost press it down and don't go with your file that deeply inside that side, because otherwise it will file wonky. Okay, so I'm filing this one. And then I'm trying to match that side. File from underneath and thin out the free edge. File it nice, smooth it all, and then do exactly the same in here. So straight, straight, touch up those free edge, and I'm always going from underneath, like making sure the things are blended properly. Again, thin out a little bit, making sure the things are good. And the Rashi is placed and she doesn't find anything on those nails.
I never do. It's always
I know, you done it. Okay, again blend it. Okay, and then just do it the same on the thumb. So touch, touch. Always area around the cuticle needs to be blended to the point that you don't know where the product is starting as well. Okay. Perfect, and then they are ready for next step. Okay, and then the next step is to grab the white buffer and just buff it in the middle. When you're buffing in the middle, you're not risking actually hurting your client, and you can kind of go a bit faster, and I find that it's very useful. Then once this part is done, we can take a gray buffer and just buff it very gently. So nice and gentle this time. You have to watch it because it's a very sharp buffer. It's 100 by 180 grit. And you can also perfect the free edge with it, just like this. Look at the side view as well. Nice and thin. Like this is quite uneven, so I'm just going to go back to my file and touch it up. It has to be all going gradually. Look that I'm also keep pushing the cuticles back as well with this technique. So I kind of keep pushing the cuticles back. And then smooth out. They actually really nicely exposed now, so they will be very easy to trim, and then we will be able to exfoliate the nail fold as well. Okay, so this is my part of doing the cuticles too. And then another one. Patrick is making lots of noise, packing the orders.
Finally got a box.
Yeah, finally got a box. Yes, because we got a really large order, like, and he's just preparing it, so you probably know who you are. Thank you so much, we really appreciate it. It's so much. Now I've got a wee air bubble in here, and I should get rid of it with the top coat. The white mark is happening if you open the air bubble and the dust gets stuck inside. So usually it will just clean nicely when we do it blue scrub, but if it doesn't, I will show you how I'm kind of sorting it out, because of course you cannot leave this white mark on the client nail. Okay, nice and gentle, so you don't want to poke in too deeply in here, but you wanted it to go gradually, like you wanted it to go no jump, like, you know, like not like a chicken cloth, I call it. So especially for the almond shapes, guys, please watch that out, because quite often to get the slimmer look we tend to overfile it quite drastically there. My clients like the slim look on the nails, but at the same time we don't want to overfile it. Okay, this the buffing step is done, so I can move on into trimming the cuticles. And there is lots. Like, I mean, lots in a lots exposed one, but like they well taken care of. Like, I've got hang nail in here, get rid of that. Hang nail in there.
What nail is it called?
Huh? Hang. You had like a wee hanging bits and pieces
Right,
here.
the skin, yeah.
Yeah. So it's called, the correct term for it is a hang nail. And we've got hang nail, like it is so easy to pull it and even like get it infected, or you could get stuff called paronychia. That's where the pus starts collecting in there. And the kids are very prone to it. This is actually a very amazing and good question, Rashi. Let's educate my client. So like as a child, I'm actually going to show you that as well. So as a child, quite often we tend to pull. You don't have that much. Oh, yes, you have here, maybe. On the side, guys, this is amazing actually. Can you see this thing? It is almost, no, that's not the thing. No, she doesn't have it. That was a tiny bit of the gel. There is like a seal.
Like
oh,
a
here.
pin,
Yes, I've got it here maybe. It's hardly visible now. But here is like a seal. And if we remove the seal, and especially as a children, we tend to pull it all the way up, you're breaking the seal, and this seal protects your nail bed and kind of joins the nail bed with the nail plate. That's where it could get really swollen and puffy. As a child, because I used to bite my nails, I was very prone to it. And the best way to clean paronychia, which is bacterial infection, is to put it in a warm water, like warm soapy water, and you kind of dip it in and out, like, and that should help clear it out. If you cannot clear it out within, I would say, 2-3 days, and the things do not improve, you would go to the doctor to grab some antibiotics. But it's very common in children, or the people which bite their nails. Okay, now I can just grab the wee bowl. And my speed is quite low, so I'm on the speed 16. See, 15, 16. And I'm just exfoliating one side of the nail fold. So you have to always watch it to don't do too much, just a little bit. Especially, that's as I say, like we do tend to dehydrate the nail plate a lot, and things looks much worse than they actually are. So it's very easy to overdo it. But I like to keep my client's nail plate very dehydrated and the nail folds at the time of doing the nails, because it's prolonging the lasting time. You know, some people use the oils for this part. I don't like it. Until the nails are finished, I don't want any oils on the nail folds or around the nail plate, because this will affect the lasting time. So I rather to have those ugly look until we finish everything, and then once it's finished, you see it on the thumbnail picture, and you see it when I take it from the lamp, that the things looks much nicer and prettier. Perfect, let's clean them. So blue scrap. And then, of course, as we said, we will change the mind million of times with Rashi. We did change it already. And we are gonna go for a Spice of India collection, guys. It is really beautiful colors, 248. This is one of them. So I'm just picking up a small scoop of this color. And then we've got 250 poppy seed topping. I think they really go together because it's an entire collection. 249. On our color chart, of course, it's a slightly different color. But then the next one, 251. So we've got another one. And then some sort of greenish color. And that's no, we've got this one. Yes, we have it. Oh, we're missing one more color.
Is this one?
No. Oh no. 1, 2. Ah, okay. I used it this one. So memories. There we are. I think so. Show me. Ta-da! This is what we're gonna go for. Spoiler, yeah. And I'm using the watercolor brush. Now, obviously, guys, we're recording from salon, so bear in mind there is gonna be lots of crazy noises in here. That's just the joys of doing videos in a salon. So I'm just doing on the one side dots. And we do have this beautiful color. Trying to place it pretty randomly, like, you know, some places got like more of it, some places got less. And then if I place this one in the middle, this one is gonna go more from the top. And then this one can go in here. So pretty random. And then what you can do it is like, if you feel confident enough, you could grab your brush and just add another color. So I'm just doing a touch of it here, and then I'm doing in there. And another one. Keep watching just so the colors do not run. And then a wee tiny one on the top. So we can also swap, thank you, we can also swap the colors as well, guys. Okay, now it starts getting a bit dangerous, so I'm just gonna freeze the product for 10 seconds. Perfect, ready for a round 2 with the colors. So I'm picking up this greeny colorish now. And you want some places where the colors are coming out a little bit more for this design. You know, like a wee little stones. And again, pretty random, so. If you look at it also, I'm trying to place the colors like judge it for the next colors as well. So I'm only got 2 more colors left, and I need to somehow separate them. So that's how I'm choosing where to place my color.
So not often, but.
Did you ever do the wolf in your garden in Rockford?
No.
No.
That's fine, I never got that song. I live on there now.
And also, so they kind of go together as well.
Down the bottom, that's the road throughout I live on. Yeah.
Okay, and then another color, so clean off your brush. No, it's fine, we don't have to freeze it yet. Another color, we are gonna go with this brown. And I'm just picking up some small amount. Watch it, because they are very highly pigmented and you cannot place like too much of it. Now here, because I've got the next last color I've got is this red-ish, I need to separate this red. And I need to separate that red.
Yeah, if you're thinking about what you can do with your time, I really do try. Which I need to try and.
Perfect, let's freeze it. Okay, and then the next color.
That's a real cheap one. Not a lot of people make it that far.
See how much further yet?
Me and Mark 6. First week of June.
Oh, nice. Are you doing anything?
Well, did I tell you when I saw you last time I was going to Lanzarote and I looked at the wrong year?
No.
Right, well I was going to Lanzarote and I looked at the wrong year.
And I can squeeze small in here.
Traveling at the minute.
Yeah. So have you left it booked for next year?
No, I cancelled it.
Yeah.
So I want to go somewhere else next year. It was nice going away in February though.
Try to keep it pretty irregular, because otherwise it's not gonna look this nice.
It's just opened up for
So yeah. You're not a flight or anything?
the flights were correct.
Okay, awesome. Let's cook it. And then as the next step, once it's cured, we are gonna apply the top coat. Yep. And just cover the entire design. We could do it opposite way, so like do the transfer foil first and then do the colors, but I actually wanted more of those gold transfer foil and don't struggle. So plus to give an additional buff to it, so the gel polish itself looks smoother. Because we are applying like a blocks of the color, sometimes they can look a bit chunky, so I prefer it that way.
But I've only just recently released it down again. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So once I'm recovered from that properly, then we'll head out.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling a lot better now. I couldn't sit down for like 3.5 weeks, and now I can only sit on like one side.
Did you go to the doctor?
I am not too fussy how I apply the top coat, because obviously we are gonna buff the top coat, so I don't spend too much time with it. Let's cook it. Perfect, once they cook, now I have used the top coat with inhibition layer, so I'm just quickly wiping it off. Doing this because I'm gonna bring some dust over it, and then just give a gentle bath. And you guys asked me multiple times, is this gonna add an extra bulk to the nails by adding the top coat? No, not really. I think it looks even smoother, thinner and nicer. And Rashi had many times the design done where we was buffing the top coat and they're really nice and thin. The last time, did we use some foil as well? Yeah, we had, no, I can't remember what we had last time. But we use it lots of times
We've
when...
also done the overlaying, I think. That's when you put it off for and buff and put it another. I think we were doing a flower.
Yes.
What do you call it? Brush?
One stroke.
One stroke.
One stroke, yeah. Yes, Rashi had one stroke as well. Of course, all my clients had one stroke designs because they are so pretty. And they're so impressive, like, you know. Okay, time for foil. And this will make this ugly design into pretty design. You know, it's a kind of things like always trust the process, because things sometimes might not look pretty just the way we want. That's the way we want them, but they don't look pretty straight away. So again, I have to take a fresh piece because I was produced quite a lot of dust in here. Transfer foil gel. So that's the one I'm using. And then fun time. Now you have to work very thinly, like as thin as possible. Let me maybe clean those nails more, because I got some dust particles in here. Perfect. As small piece as possible on your brush. And then what you want to do is you want to outline your V-stones.
Just because of the longer drive. So I think like if I'm 4 day week, the 4 hour market should be filled.
Absolutely.
So
But then you've got to think that's 8 hours of driving in and out. Yeah. That's an hour for work day.
yeah, exactly. But then
If you're scared that the gel might start to run, you could do one nail at a time. I'm gonna do all 5 together because I actually quite like it when it spreads. It gives me a slightly thicker lines, but they're still nice because I'm trying to paint so thinly that even when they spread, they actually give us quite luxurious look. Okay, just checking if we're still in the camera. Yes, we are. Because I've got it right on front of my nose.
yeah. I kind of was following it for a bit and then I don't
It has just been quiet for a while.
And you could use either D-liner brush or detailer brush for this work.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
I just lower my chair because I was a little bit too high.
Emma, as if it's Emma or the same.
Emma Wilson.
She's really helpful.
Yeah, she's nice.
She sent so many people saying, you can smell it. People just don't know the help.
No, yeah, you don't really see it advertised anywhere.
No. You do have to go looking.
Yeah.
Like as much full concentration as possible. And the idea was to go for what was white. No, we was supposed to do with Rashi white. Then we was supposed to do glitter. Then we was supposed to do tie-dye. Then we was supposed to do a rainbow. Then chrome. And you know, we ended up with this one. So this is a joy of having a Rashi as a client, which goes through a million of ideas on a one appointment. But we always create something nice, and I'm glad we did this one because she had some glitters in the past. She had those kind of rainbow, she had tie-dye, really beautiful actually design, which I love it so much, and we actually got lots of views on this one. That was the chrome tie-dye design, very popular, guys, you really liked it. But this is something different, and you know, I am so happy we have actually came into this idea because the collection which we are using is called Spice of India, and guess where Rashi is from? India. So this is the best client. I could use this collection for, like, you know, those colors are so beautiful and they actually really go with Rashi style. We had also dilemma, we was almost to use navy blue because she got it on her top as well. But now time to cure it, and you want to cure it, we are going to cure it 30 seconds to get a perfect foil. And of course, we are going to use those pale gold, absolutely beautiful pale gold transfer foil, which is going to transfer like a magic, and so much easier, guys, for me to do it on the client than it is on those tips. So I'm just cutting 3 pieces, probably 2 would be enough. I take your hand, Rashi. Fantastic. And then we are just going to transfer it here, checking if we're still in the camera. So you can see it is so much easier to do it on the client because I don't have to worry about pressing hard enough, and that's the client hand is gonna fly, like the nail is gonna fly away somewhere. Very easy.
Yeah, they are really expensive, and that's why I've not done it. But then I was like, you know what, let's just do it. It's not the destinations I was going to pick, but this one was a little bit cheaper, I think, more because it's in May, whereas the ones I wanted.
And you can see it with the temperatures, the gold has spread, but I actually love this luxury, luxury look,
Yeah.
rich look.
Yeah, exactly. I think that basically. £1,845 per person. 1,845 a week.
And I think Rashi suits the gold so much, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't get a drinks package on these screws.
I'm just checking I didn't miss any places, but I didn't. You can see it how pretty it turned out. So now we are just gonna apply our final step, which is high shine, no wipe top gel. And the colors become more vibrant as well because we had them buffed. So cap the free edge and protect everything.
Included in that price, when we bought it, we got $200 drinks voucher included. So we have $200 worth of drinks included. Oh yeah, that is nothing. Like, you know, I was going to have like well, you could spend that in a day easily if you weren't thinking about it. But everything.
Keep an eye on your top coat. How is it behaving? If you start seeing it might run, then just quickly freeze the nails and do another one. Especially that I'm kind of doing quite a decent amount of the top coat, so I would paint it entire nail and then I would do it slightly thicker right in the middle. I've got some glitter here, get rid of that.
So I think it is to kind of, because it's like, I guess, a different kind of standard, they obviously want it, I guess.
And then on the thumb.
Obviously, stuff like that, because then everybody who's getting a drink, you're actually consciously choosing to buy it. Yeah. It was like paid £200 for like this add-on, but it isn't included in that.
And then once you're happy with it,
Boarding times with ship wasn't until like 4 o'clock, which means you then have to hang around in the port for like 3 hours until you can
cure it. Okay, when the hand is cooking, I will show you this one as well, so you can see it, how pretty they are. And this one is ready too, so have them both in. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Clean it, everything, so nice and squeaky clean. I usually get my clients to wash their hands as well. Before I take a thumbnail picture, I don't want like any dust particles or anything going on in here, but that's how this set looks. And I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this video with Rashi. I did enjoy it 2 times with Rashi. We always do. And we both sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!